Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Memphis International Raceway for the 14th race in the FBRL NAPA Truck Series. Luke Martin on pole after his 5th win of the season last week at Papyrus Motorsports Park. Kev Shearer to his outside. Joseph Shrigley and Ryan Butcher teammates in row 2. Lane Sanders, Huck Davis row 3. TJ Smith with a shockingly good Q run is in row 4 with Larry Hagan, as JD Martin and Sebastian Kugelon, who's been on a bit of a dive lately, start in row 5. Dagby and Springer, teammates, got together last week at Papyrus. They start in row 6. How about James Ellison with a 13th place qualifying effort? Tyler Black starts next to the man who injured him back at Finland. Black was fastest in practice. It's safe to say he has gotten the rust shaved off. A couple of other leeches from the Hardee's National Series in the field today. Bradley Bishop Jr. in the 22, Sean Angel in the 23. As you see the rest of the starting grid, drivers struggling in qualifying include Blake Warren, Bobo Jones back at it for his team, North Quarter Motorsports. Malik Nevins also with a tough run in qualifying. Francois Chastain has shown a lot of pace lately at road courses, but he struggles in qualifying today here at this 3/4 mile short track. 118 laps of action on tap for today's event. Cloudy weather, fuel strategy could be quite interesting. As you see Cody Goforth, Alexa Lushon, Christopher Jones all struggling in qualifying. Making it in on provisionals, Ian Brandt, Dewey Schramm III, Zachary Bilson, and Boston Jones, as we'll go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Break them up, gang. Everybody get fired up. Here we go. Fire and hold. There's the command. Fire and hold. Fired up. Are you ready? Fired up. Yes, sir. Fired up.
The drivers that failed to make the race will scroll along the top of the screen. Luke Martin did it. He got to 5 wins first over rival competitor Ryan Butcher. They were tied at 4 wins for quite a while there throughout the international tour, neither of them breaking through for a win in any of the 4 road course events. Martin's last win before Papyrus came at Knoxville. Butcher's only win on the season comes from Phoenix. Green flag is out. Will one of them visit victory lane again today? Kev Shearer starting in 2nd place there, got the win back at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Joseph Shrigley finished 4th in that race. But through the completion of the first lap, it is Martin out front. And Shrigley's gonna dive it in on Luke Martin in turn 1. Looking for the race lead here early. Lane Sanders for Flipside. Still looking for his first career NAPA Truck Series win. Could today be the day? Estimated pit window here today is from lap 44 to lap 50. Don't expect any of the drivers to stretch at 59 laps on a fuel run, so no matter what kind of strategy calls you make here today, it is a guaranteed 2-stopper. Shrigley takes the lead away from Luke Martin here early on. Fall off about 1.5 to 2 seconds. Sanders in 3rd as JD Martin is taking 4th place from TJ Smith. Kev Shearer going nothing but backwards. As Ryan Butcher making his way on the bottom. You can make the top side work a little bit, but the bottom is going to be your best friend. If you want to move forward through the field, the bottom is the way to go. And how about James Ellison for Crossroads Racing has his number 10 machine inside the top 10. Ellison with one previous start in the NAPA Truck Series this season finished 37th in said race. Look at Kev Shearer. What an aggressive move to jump down behind Ellison and in front of Gatlin Downey. As we are 5 laps complete in this one. Looking at the back of the field, Christian Vargas is struggling while Lane Sanders is running in 3rd. He's down here running in last. Poor qualifying effort for the 51 team. As you see Benny Watson and Roberto Crown Jr. racing in front of him. Roberto falling outside of the top 30. Following the race in Massachusetts. Of course, Roberto involved in the accident where we saw Ryan Butcher slam full throttle into the back bumper of Dewey Schramm III. Thankfully, Dewey was A-OK, but not the way he wanted his race to go at his hometown track. Dewey making it into this race, though, on a provisional. As several of the Hardee's National Series drivers that were in go or go home managed to qualify their way in on time. Kyle Vatter's back here running in 32nd. He was very fast in practice. Kind of a shame to see him running this far down the running order. As there's the driver for the Allen Family Racing Team in the Hardee's National Series, Sean Angel, currently running just inside the top 30. Making a pass there on Zachary DeLello. That was for 28th place. As you see, Blake Warren struggled in qualifying. He's in 27th. Christopher Jones struggled as well, and he is making his way forward, as is Ian Brandt. Both of them into the top 30. Brandt up to 25th. As Kyle Springer is making his way forward as well. There you see Sebastian Kukulon. Things have just not gone well for Kukulon in the International Tour. Finland was probably his best race, and then everything went downhill from the New Zealand races to last week in Massachusetts. Springer, of course, with the drama with teammate Ryan Dagby last week. Cost him the championship lead, down 8 points on Luke Martin coming into this race. See AJ Jones-Hagan fighting outside the top 20. It's a short track. Really, driver skill really going to come out today. Look at Nick Breeding, started 31st, up into the top 20 with this Sanders Performance Auto Racing machine. Oh my goodness, Cody Goforth started in 35th place, and in just 12 laps, he is cracked 14th, looking for 13th on Bob Burns. And now looking for 12th on who will be Gatlin Downey. TJ Smith just outside of the top 10. But Cody Goforth has a rocket ship today, as Bobo Jones has cracked the top 10. He started outside of the top 20 himself. He's up to 9th, passing James Ellison. Dagby in 8th, Tyler Black 7th, Kev Shearer 6th. Top 5 remains the same. It's JD Martin, Ryan Butcher, Lane Sanders, Luke Martin, and Joseph Shrigley. The top 5. We are only 14 laps into this race. Shrigley with the fastest lap so far, a 24.011. Fastest lap in practice by Tyler Black was a 24.032. So 3 drivers under a 24.1, Lane Sanders and Tyler Black with pretty fast lap times themselves. Luke Martin 5th on the chart, Butcher 4th, and James Ellison in the top 10 on the timesheet. Christian Vargas starting to make a charge. He's got it up to 29th place, all over the back bumper of Chase Dunbar. As there is racing all over this racetrack. You see Alexa Lushon still struggling. She's down in 37th place. We ran 5 road course races in a row. Now it's back to ovals. Short track, speedways coming up. Pensacola in a few weeks' time, and then several intermediates to end the season, plus one more short track in the form of Carbondale. So no more roadies in 2021. Larry Hagan struggling. Hagan been on a tear as of late, kicking off several top 10s and top 5 finishes. So you see him making the high side work there over Ian Brandt. Vargas going to try and do some of the same on Chase Dunbar. Now that 67 team is out of Provos, as is the 87 of Nick Breeding. Now both of them got into this race on speed, but they better hope that they are top 6 at Pensacola, because if they are not, they are out of provisionals and they will miss the race. Speaking of Nick Breeding, He's fallen back just a little bit. He's now down to 25th. Nevin's 24th. Sean Angel 23rd. Griffin Lapel McDermott just inside the top 20, as is Bradley Bishop Jr. And Bradley's got 2 top 10s. Oh man, AJ Jones and Griffin Lapel McDermott got into it, and AJ Jones is spun. Drivers scattering. Was in the middle of saying BBJ has gotten 2 top 10s in 3 races, and the caution flag is out. Several leaders still racing back as Luke Martin took back the top spot from Joseph Strigley. This is the move back on lap 19 coming to 20. Luke just got so much of a better corner, and he just moved to the left side of Strigley. Down into turn 1, Luke would just straight up send it. Strigley doing his best to fight back on the outside. And Lane Sanders gets to Strigley's inside as well, and Luke has the race lead. Let's take another look at this. AJ Jones was side by side with GLM down the back, and then GLM just kind of turned down. Not sure if he was trying to clear himself or what the case was there, but it got AJ all out of whack. Into the outside wall he went, and then GLM got into him again. AJ locks up the tires and just slides to a stop. The caution flag is displayed. So not sure what Griffin Lapel McDermott was doing there, but I'm sure the officials will look into this. But short track racing, trying to get every inch you can get. And sometimes you just kind of gotta not be so aggressive. Taking another look at it from Griffin Lapel McDermott's onboard. You see AJ clear him there off of turn 2. And he's kind of in the blind spot with the post there. And I think he thought he was going to be clear. And he just turned down, and AJ checked up more because he had the tighter angle there. Contact was made, and it spun out AJ. Getting ready to go back racing. There will be a total of 91 laps to go. The drivers going to be right on the edge of that fuel window. Everybody coming down pit road for service. Alexa Lushon reportedly has a fuel system issue, but she is still on track. Luke Martin leads, Strigley second. Lane Sanders third, J.D. Martin fourth, Tyler Black in fifth, Kev Shearer sixth, Butcher seventh, Bobo Jones eighth, Dagby ninth, and Bob Burns rounds up the top 10. Blake Warren up to 11th, Goforth in 12th. Green flag is back out. We're back on the way at Memphis, and Lane Sanders is going to make a move right on the jump. To the inside of Strigley, to the inside of Luke Martin. Does he get it to stick? He's going to throw it in the corner, but Luke's going to shut the door. Lane looking to get second place here. He will take it away from Strigley, but Strigley's going to fight back on the outside. J.D. Martin's got a bumper full of Butcher. They're going to go 3 wide just about. Strigley giving Lane the space. All 40 trucks still on the racetrack. And now J.D. Martin will move up to second. Tommy Roberts Racing driver. And the guy he's chasing will be his boss next year. Remember, Martin Motorsports purchased Tommy Roberts Racing. That purchase goes into effect at the end of the season. And JD will be driving the number 38 Ford next year, but it will not be a Tommy Roberts Racing machine. It'll be a Martin Motorsports machine as Strigley dives it in deep into turn 1 on Ryan Butcher. Dagby's made it up into the top 10, so has Cody Goforth. Really hard racing. Tyler Black all over Lane's quarter panel. That got dicey there. Drivers very aggressive out here today in Memphis. Blake Warren to the outside now of Cody Goforth. This is for 8th place. DJ Smith fighting Kev Shearer for 10th. As Nick Breeding has found his way back inside the top 15. Kyle Springer has struggled today, but he's moving forward. He's up to 17th. Looking for 16th on Bradley Bishop Jr. Christopher Jones inside the top 20 as well. Larry Hagan continues to struggle. Ellison was in the top 10 earlier. He's now fallen out of the top 20 with this pass by Hagan. BBJ going nothing but backwards. Sean Angel moving forward. Vargas, Huck Davis, several others still struggling. Griffin Leeple McDermott falling down. As Lushon has been to pit road, she is now 2 laps down. And they appear to have gotten her fuel system issue resolved, but looking like a 40th place result for this number 1 team unless they get some luck on their side. AJ Jones trying to find a way back forward after getting wrecked by Griffin Leeple McDermott, as it is really tight racing here. AJ Jones sticking his nose in the air. That's almost a 4-wide situation. You don't want to do that on a short track. At least not Memphis. Luke Martin currently holding a 1-second lead as GLM goes backwards. He's in the 3-wide with AJ Jones and Kukulon for somewhere outside the top 30 of all places. Not where you'd expect these guys to be battling for position. Brett Houck, Boston Jones, Roberto Crown Jr., Kyle Vaughters, I think with potentially some damage. So while one Tommy Roberts truck is in second, the other 2 are outside the top 35. JD Martin, though, man, what a run for this guy in his second full-time season. Coming into this race 15th in the points with just a single top 5 on the year and an average finish of 19th. JD looking for his second top 5 on the season in what would be, I believe, his first top 5 and top 10 of his career on a short track. I might be mistaken. I might be thinking of just the races I've commentated, but I believe JD has only gotten a top 5 and 2 top 10s on road courses. Again, I could be mistaken there, but anyways, JD's looking for a top 5 here today. And a second place run at that as Luke Martin continues to pull away. Whatever they did to that truck on the pit stops has let him just drive off, because Butcher, Shrigley, they aren't doing nothing, and Lane Sanders has fallen down to 8th. Blake Warren, man, awful qualifying run, up to 7th. Same for Goforth, who's up to 6th. What a day if they were just not chasing Luke Martin. Blake Warren, Butcher, they'd be looking at gaining some points in the championship here. They got to start doing something. That 20-point penalty from Massachusetts has set Butcher back 153 points in the championship, over 2 races behind. Blake Warren coming in 96 back, just within a race behind, but got a lot of work to do. And not a lot of races left to do it. 9 races left after today. There will be 8 races left. And of course, everybody knows how wild Pensacola is going to be. Butcher getting a little impatient, trying to find the way by the 38 of JD Martin. He's just probably going to have to put the bumper to him here at some point, as his teammate Joseph Shrigley's got to run out of turn 2. Will he put the bumper to his teammate? And the answer for now is a no. What a run for the 81 of Bob Burns, currently running in 13th place in front of Gatlin Downey and behind Kyle Springer. His teammate Nick Breeding was up here earlier, but Breeding has since fallen down the running order to 25th place. But a good run for this Spa team, as Downey's going to make a move on him for 13th place. Kev Shearer was up there in the running for it earlier, but he is now down to 15th. Kev trying to make his way back forward here. Going to put a dive on Bob Burns. Christopher Jones up to 16th after his poor qualifying run. Hagan has cracked the top 20 now. Bradley Bishop Jr., James Ellison, and Sean Angel. A couple of Hardy's National Series drivers. Unsure what James Ellison's future looks like. Ran his last race for S3 Motorsports in the Hardy's National Series last weekend at Watkins Glen. But he is searching around, looking for any opportunity he can get for the rest of 2021 and looking for a full-time opportunity somewhere in 2022. Brian Dagby falling backwards down to 8th place now after Malik Nevins gets by. Butcher made it by JD Martin for 2nd at the front a couple of laps ago. Springer has jumped into the top 10, knocking out Bobo Jones. Is now Downey peeks to the inside of Lane Sanders for 11th place. Kev Shearer going by Bobo Jones for 12th. In Kev's one other start in this 05 machine, he got an 11th place finish. I believe that came at Kentucky. Bobo Jones came close to a win at Nashville, but ran out of gas, had the pit. He's got a top 10 on the season so far. Bobo running this 3rd truck only on the Hardy National Series paired weekends. Of course, the Hardy's National Series drivers with no limits in the Truck Series this year. Next year, they'll be restricted to 5 races apiece, so it'll be interesting to see which tracks Bobo Jones selects if he opts to run at all. He'll dive back to the inside of Kev here for 12th, as Lane Sanders is all over his back bumper for the position, as Downey knocks Springer right out back out of top 10. As Butcher kind of trying to catch up with Luke Martin, but just kind of inching forward, inching back. But man, what a day for Cody Goforth. Running in 5th place. Him and Blake Warren both started outside top 20, outside top 25. Goforth especially started way down the running order, outside of the top 30. They have driven their way to the front of the field and are looking at pretty good point stays. As Butcher continues to inch forward, fastest lap in this stint belongs to Joseph Shrigley with a 23.970, and that is hauling the mail around this racetrack. As Blake Warren is going to make a move to the inside of Goforth for 5th place. Shrigley has just been unable to get by JD Martin during the course of this run. Warren will make quick work of the 84 as Nevins, Tyler Black looking to close it up. Downey gets by Dagby for 9th, and now it's Dagby and Springer side by side. The teammates got together 1 week ago. Springer will pass it back. Nearly a wreck there between Kev Shearer and Bobo Jones as Larry Hagan has joined the party. Back up into the top 15 is the 88 machine as Sebastian Kukulon has jumped into the top 20. While other drivers enjoy success, it has not gone the way the Texan Motorsports drivers have wanted today. Brett Houck and Huck Davis down here 38th and 39th. Not having good runs at all behind Roberto Crown Jr. as Zachary DeLello has hit the pit lane, I believe. He is fallen way back. I believe the 83 is on pit road. Not quite sure where he would be. There he is. There's the 83. So something appears to have gone amiss with the 83 truck. Well, we've officially passed the halfway mark. Zachary DeLello reported an oil leak. Came down pit road. They got it fixed, got him back out there. But now Alexa Lucian has somebody to race for position. This run has been going green now for about 38 laps. Actually more like 36 laps. Butcher is just kind of going back and forth between 1.2 to 1.35 seconds behind Luke Martin as they continue to just pull away from JD Martin and Joseph Shrigley, as Shrigley just got by JD Martin. Took him long enough, but these leaders are going to start catching lap down trucks. And we know what happened at our last pavement, or only other pavement short track race on the season, Richmond. Things got very interesting when lap traffic became involved. And you know Luke Martin has had not the best of luck on the short tracks this season, or on pit road this season, I should say. And there's a saying I have when it comes to short track races on NR. You might be leading, you might be 1 second ahead, 2 seconds ahead. Let me tell you something, you are not safe. You are never safe in the lead on a short track. Once you catch up to the back of the pack, you are in the danger zone for the rest of the event. But for the time being, no lap traffic. Coming to the completion of lap 65, this time by 53 laps to go in this one. And in a handful of laps, we will be within the pit window. I believe I've been wrong on pit windows before. I thought it was 44 to 50 coming into this race. It could be less, as Butcher was really backing out of the gas there into turn 3. You can see the spark coming out of the exhaust. Just about in the fuel window now as Butcher starting to wane back, and Shrigley not going forward at all. Blake Warren in 5th, Goforth 6th, Black 7th, Nevins 8th, Downey 9th, and Springer to top 10. Fall off is up to 2 seconds for the drivers as Dagby has fallen back tremendously. He is now down to 17th. Meanwhile, Christian Vargas has cracked the top 20. He's looking for 18th. On Christopher Jones. And you know, once that tire wear hits, there's another saying I have: the experience will rise to the top and the inexperience will fall to the bottom. That's what we're seeing here with Vargas moving up. PBJ, Sean Angel just in or out of the top 20. AJ Jones has made his way forward after his incident. He's up to 22nd. GLM has struggled. He is still outside of the top 30. As Luke Martin continuing to close in on lap traffic. Butcher again gaining or losing, just kind of hovering around the 1.3 mark. Shrigley, though, has been falling backwards as Springer and Downey up a position, or actually Springer passing Downey for position. As the back half of the field is closing in, these drivers have now gone almost 50 laps from their caution flag pit stop, which was on lap 24. You should expect them to pit any time now because they are in the window. They can make it on gas from here. Fall off is 2 seconds, so if you pit first, you're gaining them 2 seconds. And I'll tell you what, pit road on short tracks, you'd rather have an empty pit road than come into pit road and have 30 people in their stalls trying to get out of their stalls. You can see them, Luke is really backing it down now to make it through the corner, so fall off has kicked in tremendously. This time by will be 50 laps from the point of pitting under caution. 3 more laps will be the point of the restart. This time by is 44 laps to go. They are definitely within the window now. So I don't really understand the call here to stay out as long as possible. Martin, though, extending his lead up to 1.7 seconds over Ryan Butcher as he catches up to Francois Chastain. Blake Warren has made it by JD Martin for 4th place. As DeLello, who pit to fix an issue, he's got fresh tires, and he is working his way through the field, trying to stay in 39th place over Alexa Luchon. That is something to consider there. DeLello and Luchon pit for their issues. Luchon pit right after the restart. DeLello stood in a rise for about halfway through the run or so. So when they come back out, DeLello will be staying out on those tires because I do not think he can make it to the end from where he pit. Luke Martin loses a 1/10 of a second there to butcher that time by. It's 50 laps now from the restart. And when do you pit, man? Because, geez, like, they can make it if they pit. I am very surprised that nobody has opted to come to pit road. And right as I say that, next lap by, Luke Martin first to pit road. Butcher will stay out. Shrigley will come in. Blake Warren will come in. JD Martin will stay out. Goforth. Tyler Black coming down to the pit lane. A lot of people staying out, though. Very interesting call. Bob Burns will come into pit lane, and I think the undercut is the way to go here, unless there's a caution flag during the cycle. Griffin Lapel McDermott, definitely a good call by him. Butcher will come in right behind Roberto Crown Jr. JD Martin will stay out another lap. Bobo Jones, Larry Hagan opting to stay on the track. Lucian, of course, several laps down. Christopher Jones will stay out. Dewey Schramm III is going to make a late move. That cone doesn't matter. So I don't think it does. It looks like we're going to get through the pit cycle without a yellow. So JD Martin, oh, never mind. Luke Martin just about wrecked himself off of Bobo Jones. Same thing with Goforth and Christopher Jones. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. There's Luke Martin. There's Ryan Butcher. Looks like Butcher's going to come out right in front of his teammate, as Lucian will make her final stop of the day. You see the time Bob Burns gained from his undercut. Same with Griffin Label McDermott. GLM might be top 25 now. Because there's Luke Martin. Look at all of the lap trucks. Dagby with a terrible pit stop. 3 wide here with Shrigley going for second on Butcher with lap trucks to his inside. I believe everybody has come out of pit road. So Christopher Jones is one of the last ones to come out. But Luke Martin in the race lead. How many drivers did he put a lap down? That's the real question now. Through the pit cycle alone, being the first to pit, up to 24th place, or up to 25th place, I should say, is a lap down. And it looks like Ryan Dagby had a terrible pit stop. He has fallen to 29th. Kukala in the 32nd. And Nick Breeding, is that the 87? Is that the 67? I believe that's the 87 there. Nope, it's the 67 who's in 36. I can't see apparently. But Francois Chastain in 39th. DeLello has yet to pit, so he is back on the lead lap, I believe. I'm not sure where he is actually. But Luke Martin with a commanding lead, 4.8 seconds over Shrigley, as Butcher is going nothing but backwards. He is stuck in a swamp of lap trucks that have fresher tires than him. But he's running in third. Goforth is fourth. Blake Warren fifth. Tyler Black sixth. Downey 7th. JD Martin 8th. Malik Nevins 9th. And Springer is your top 10. Bobo Jones 11th. Lane Sanders 12th. Bob Burns and Kev Shear battling for 13th place. Hagan in 15th. Sean Angel up to 16th as DeLello. There you can see him on the lead lap. He still has a scheduled stop to make. Vargas is all over his back bumper for 17th place. That's holding Vargas up tremendously. AJ Jones, Benny Watson, last in the top 20. Lucian, of course, several laps down. Christopher Jones, 21st. Bradley Bishop Jr., 22nd. with Dewey Schramm III and Griffin Maple McDermott the last trucks on the lead lap as Luke Martin fights to maybe put them a lap down. He's got a 5-second lead with 31 laps left. All Luke's got to do is control this race. Don't look now, Martin Nation, but Luke Martin is catching a hornet's nest of drivers fighting for valuable positions on the lead lap. 2 wide, even 3 wide. Martin's going to go here. GLM going to the outside of DeLello, who's on older tires. Martin going to his inside. And that was dicey, to say the least. But DeLello now a lap down. I'm not sure how long he's been out here, but we saw everybody basically stretch it 55 laps. Shrigley closing the distance a bit. I'd say that's lap traffic playing a role there, but still a 4.5-second lead and a ton of lap trucks between Martin and Strigley. Butcher has continued to fall, 7.5 seconds back in third. Ooh, almost contact there with Huck Davis. It's Cody Goforth. He's going to now go to his inside for third. What a day for Goforth after starting in the back. Butcher with a much better day, cleaner race compared to Massachusetts. But behind Luke Martin, not what this team needed in their championship hunt. Of course, Butcher moving up to the Hardee's National Series next season, taking the next step in his FBRL career. And while he might not come out with a championship, Butcher's definitely got the talent to win races, and I think almost anything he'll put his head into. But he holds off Goforth there, holds on to third. Blake Warren, of course, will be back in Napa next year with startup Mercedes team Silver Fox Motorsports. He's running in 5th right now. Tyler Black, 6th. He'll move up to Hardee's next season. Same with Gatlin Downey, who's running in 7th. JD Martin, 8th. Nevins, 9th. Springer, 10th. Still no news on Kyle Springer's future. Will he go to the Hardee's National Series, or will he come back to the NAPA Truck Series? Breakout year for this man, nonetheless, looking for what would be his 11th top 10 on the season. And while he might not have the points lead, he does have the best average finishing position on the year. 7.31 coming into today to Luke Martin's 9.54. And of course, Gatlin Downey with a 9.15 coming into today, looking to finish 7th in what would be Downey's 9th top 10. Blake Warren is looking for his 11th top 10 on the season, as well as Springer. So Springer and Warren with the most top 10s on the year, but Warren not as consistent as this guy right here. Coming to 19 laps to go, and Luke Martin has lapped up to 20th place. Dominating performance here from the Breeding Enterprises, number 15 Milwaukee Tools Ram. I want to talk a little bit about owner's points. First guy in front of him, Bradley Bishop Jr., running in 19th place. Team Velocity putting several Sony Cup Series and Hardee's National Series regulars in this 22 machine over the course of the season after starting the year with no owner points. Trying to get to the top 30, trying to get this team locked in with the vision of having 3 full-time drivers next season. Andrew Rich stated he didn't have the drive to run in the FBRL. Just wasn't quite interested, would rather spend time on local dirt track racing. Sean Angel, driving the number 23 today, scheduled to run a couple of other races this season for the Hardee's National Series paired races, and there will be a Cup driver in this car for Atlanta, or truck, I guess. Jeez. There will be a Cup driver in this truck for Atlanta and Rockingham in the hopes that the 23 can climb up the running order, as Glenn Mixon and Ace Wild will drive in the other races. Mixon, in fact, scheduled to run at Pensacola, and then I believe for Chicagoland. Those are his other scheduled races. And then Mixon will be driving the number 17 for this team full-time next season. Unknown what owner points will go to what truck. It'll be the 2, the 17, and the 24 next year from the 22, 23, and 32 this year, as Joshua Michaels failed to make this weekend's race. But Angel doing a good job in the 23 for what it's worth, a 15th place effort so far. Griffin Label McDermott has made it up to 22nd. Luke Martin, though, going to lap Bradley Bishop Jr. And A.J. Jones, who finished second to Luke Martin a week ago, will follow through to take 19th place. Blake Warren joined Joseph Shrigley in the under 24 second club with a 23.979 from around the pit stops. There's no changes really inside the top 10 aside from Malik Nevins passing Gatlin Downey for 7th. So we have 13 laps to go this time by at the start-finish line. 11 laps to go. We'll take one more run through the field here. Joseph Shrigley showed speed at the beginning of the race. Running in second place here, looking for another great finish in the NAPA Truck Series. He's got more races scheduled for this number 4 machine down the line, so we will see him again with another chance at a win. Brian Butcher, great day for this team, running in third place. Gonna get a decent amount of points here, but looking like they're not gonna gain anything on Luke Martin, championship leader, looking for his 6th win, 10th top 5, and 10th top 10. It has been top 5 or bust for the 15 team. In the back, lots of lap traffic here. Tyler Black and Blake Warren racing for 4th. Goforth has faltered to 6th. 3 wide behind Goforth, as Downey, JD Martin, Bobo Jones, Kyle Springer, all in this mess inside the top 10. Bobo just here to try and win a race, so no real reason for him to push anything here. Springer's in the hunt for a championship. An accident here at the end of this race is the last thing Springer would need, but he also needs these points. He needs to minimize the damage that Luke Martin is going to do by winning this race, as Martin now has a 7-second lead over Shrigley. Springer will jump it up to 8th, Bobo Jones 9th. Downey down to 10th as Nevins fell out of the top 10. How about Larry Hagan? Quiet day, 12th place. Kev Shearer 13th. Blaine Sanders 14th. Sean Angel 15th. And now Christopher Jones will go a lap down. He's running in 16th. Bob Burns, top 20 effort. Christian Vargas, A.J. Jones, and Bradley Bishop Jr. all inside the top 20. Dewey Schramm the third, 21st. Not the day Sebastian Kugelon wanted. Kind of shocking to say the least that he's been outside of the top 20 all race long in 22nd place. Nick Breeding had his moment. He's running 23rd now. Dagby's bounced back from pit road miscues to 24th. Benny Watson 25th. Griffin Label McDermott 26th. Ian Brandt 27th. Huck Davis with a rebound here at the end. He's cracked the top 30. Ricky Freeman Jr., Boston Jones, as Ellison has fallen out of the top 30. Brett Houck, awful day for him. Same for Chase Dunbar. Roberto Crown Jr., nowhere all day. TJ Smith was up in the top 10 earlier, but I think he had pit road issues too. He's been relegated to 35th. Bilson, not a good day for that team at all either. Same for Francois Chastain, Kyle Vaughters, DeLello, and Alexa Luchon. As the racing continues, Springer has passed Cody Goforth. Goforth has now fallen to 9th place. Springer up to 8th. Bobo Jones up to 7th. As Blake Warren has cracked it up to 4th. But Butcher's solid day, going to be 3rd, I think. Shrigley's 2nd, unless something crazy happens. 3 laps to go. Luke Martin leads. We have not had any mechanical failures since the 83's oil leak. But what can you say about this man, Luke Martin? A lot of people thought 10 wins was feasible for him coming into this season. Well, there's going to be 8 races to go and just 4 more wins after this one to get to number 10 and set a record mark that might go untouched for a long time. Just as there is the Sony Cup Series mark of Nick Mace's 36 wins, there could be Luke Martin's mark of 10 NAPA Truck Series win by the end of the season. White flag is displayed here. A week ago, they were tied. Luke Martin, Ryan Butcher at 4 apiece. After Massachusetts at Papyrus, it rose up to 5. Luke Martin by himself at 5. 1-win advantage. Make it a 2-win advantage. Martin going to gain a ton on Springer in the points today. And Luke Martin gets his 6th win of the season with a win here at Memphis. And we know how much number 6 means to Luke Martin. So definitely a win Luke Martin wanted to get as he lapped up to 16th place. Not sure if Martin would have had the same kind of race if we had gone green from the start, but just the 1 yellow flag here today. Shrigley will come home in second, 8.88 seconds behind. Butcher in third, Blake Warren fourth. Tyler Black with a good run in 5th. You can say he's got the rust off like there was any rust at all from his injury at Finland. Bobo Jones got it up to 6th place. JD Martin 7th, great day for him. Downey 8th, Hagan 9th, and Springer fell down to 10th right at the end of this thing. So Springer gonna lose a decent amount of points here today. You'd be surprised at the points difference from 1st to 10th. I believe, if I do some quick math here, I believe Springer will get 32 points. Yep. 32 points for Kyle Springer today. So he's going to lose 28 on the championship. That'll put him at a 36-point disadvantage to Luke Martin. Well, that'll do it for me here today. I'll see you guys in a few weeks' time for Pensacola. Enjoy the Hardee's National Series race tomorrow. Great short track racing here today at Memphis with just 1 yellow flag. And here come your official race results. Point standings top 10, and of course, Luke Martin's celebrational theme song. I'll see you guys at Pensacola.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done